Hey, how's everyone doing? As you can see, I got a new setting. I want to thank my girlfriend for, setting up this fucking tripod thing we got going on here. It's really just like a chair with a fucking briefcase and a box and two other boxes. So I appreciate that. So I'm gonna do a review of the first Redskins game of the season. They played the Eagles in Philadelphia. Now before I start, I want to mention how pretty much everybody thinks the Redskins are going to be terrible this year, and at best they'll get 3 to 4 wins. It was announced the morning of Sunday that Adrian Peterson would be a healthy scratch, which shocked everyone. So the first half of the game was pretty much all Redskins. We got a touchdown in the first drive, which is the first time we've done that in a first game since 2004. Vernon Davis had a great play where he hurdled the defender and ran it in, and he really turned back the clock. After he scored, he was crying, and a lot of people were wondering, like, why the fuck is he crying? And it turns out he was actually just really emotional because his grandpa had died the day before. So it was pretty fitting that he would get the first score of the game. Case Keenum looked great. He distributed it to a lot of different receivers. And our pass game was just unbelievably great, which was shocking. Our new rookie receiver, Terry McLaurin, got a 69-yard touchdown bomb. He's super fast. The score was 17-0 halfway through the second quarter, and that's when things started to change a little bit. The Eagles couldn't do anything all the way up to that point, and the fans were booing like crazy. But then they finally started to get things rolling a little bit. This is very typical of the Redskins, getting a big lead and then pretty much getting complacent, playing soft, and always losing the lead. Josh Norman was very complacent. He was shadowing Alshon Jeffrey all day, and he just started to get beat pretty much the whole second half. And even the end of the second quarter, he was showing signs of it. Deshaun Jackson's back on the Eagles this year, and he got a 51-yard touchdown, which is very Deshaun Jackson-like. He's another guy that really turned back the clock. So the end of the score after the second quarter was 20-7. Going into the third quarter, you could just tell things were completely different, and it was going to be a completely different half because the Eagles started to get their run game going with Darren Sproles and Miles Sanders and even Jordan Howard some, even though he was pretty much virtually non-existent most of the game. They didn't really use him at all. But when they did, he did pretty good. So Alshon Jeffrey got a touchdown. Deshaun Jackson got another 50-yard bomb touchdown. And they ended up taking the lead 21-20. So we completely blew that lead. And then there was a drive where Case Keenum completely overthrew Terry McLaurin, which would have been like an 80-yard touchdown. And that was just pretty much typical and a microcosm of how the Redskins would be the rest of the game. The fourth quarter had an Alshon Jeffrey rushing touchdown, a Darren Sproles 2-point conversion, and before you knew it, the lead was 32-20. Fans were cheering and going crazy at that point. So very late in the game, Trey Quinn got a touchdown for the Redskins and got the score 32-27. We kicked an onside kick, didn't recover. Eagles ended up winning. So obviously the Eagles go 1-0, Redskins are now 0-1 to start the season. We do have a lot of talent on the team, and I don't think we're nearly as bad as a lot of people think we're going to be. Case Keenum, he ended up going 30 of 44 for 380 yards and 3 touchdowns to end the game. Darius Geis struggled. We didn't use him too much, and he didn't do too much. Turns out he actually has a knee injury on his non-ACL knee, and he might miss some time. It really makes you wonder if Adrian Peterson would have played this game, if we would have had this slight advantage that would have just put us over the top and gotten us the win. Another injury I want to mention is Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle for the Redskins. He also hurt his knee. It's a knee sprain, and he's week to week. So that's another blow to the Redskins. We dealt with a lot of injuries last year. Hopefully it doesn't happen again this year, but it looks like it might be starting already. I'm extremely impressed with Terry McLaurin. He ended up having 5 receptions for 125 yards and 1 touchdown. He could have had way more, as I said, and probably been the top receiver of the weekend if Keenum would have, completed that throw on the 80-yard bomb. Carson Wentz had a great game, 28 of 39, 313 and 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson was amazing, like I said. 8 receptions for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Eagles go on to play the Falcons next week, and the Redskins go on to play the Cowboys in the Redskins' first home game. Cowboys look really good in week 1, and I don't know, to me, something does feel different about this team. I feel like they really could do something this year. So yeah, I want to make a review for every single Redskins game this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.